Yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone. Pastor David here. I got two special guests with me today who had an ultimate dream of being on a YouTube channel. So today we're going to ask them questions about what they get to experience at the Union Rescue Mission. When you are the child and the nephew of the director of a homeless shelter, you get to experience homelessness and what the homeless population deals with. From a very unique angle. So we just want to interview, see where this goes. We have no idea where it's going to go, but we're just going to have some fun with it and see what happens. So, for the record, can you tell me your name?
Chaz. Aubrey. You
All
already
right.
know that.
I already knew that. Yeah, you're my daughter. I know that one. But for the record, this is for the record only. Chaz, how old are you, Chaz?
10 years old.
All right, Aubrey.
I'm also 10.
Oh, 10 years old. All this wisdom here at the Union Rescue Mission today. So you guys get to see homelessness from a different angle. A lot of people your age never get to see what homelessness is all about. What upsets you the most when you think about one of these kids that live here being homeless? What hurts your heart the most?
You don't really know if they know Jesus or not.
Aubrey, what about you? You can't say the
hard.
same thing. Go ahead.
You made that a problem.
I made that a problem.
I don't know what to say. They got that.
When you think of somebody, one of the little kids over there that we've played with downstairs, what makes you the most sad about their situation?
That they don't have a real home.
What makes you the most happy when you get to see kids and families here?
That they're at least under shelter and that they can learn about Jesus here.
Yeah, they're under shelter, yeah, and they actually have a safe place to stay, and they get to learn about Jesus here. Yeah, that's cool, Aubrey.
That they got homes, like how Chaz said, for temporary time before we get the families back on their feet.
Yeah, they have a temporary shelter space here so that they feel safe, they feel comfortable. It's not the best setting. It's not like having your own house, but at least you're not out on the street homeless, right? If you were president of the United States, right? We'll call him President Chaz, right? If President Chaz was in office, what would be one thing you would do to fix homelessness?
Lower the prices.
Lower prices. I agree with that one. Lower the prices. Simple enough. Just lower the prices. On food or on housing or on everything?
Everything.
President Aubrey, what would be one thing you would do to help the homeless as president?
Probably the same thing as Chaz.
Same thing as Chaz, lower prices. Anything else you guys think you would think about?
I don't know. Chaz? I don't think so.
That's it, just lower prices?
Because that pretty much can get them at everything.
What's your favorite thing about coming to the mission?
That we get to help a lot of people.
Chaz?
Yeah, probably the same thing as her.
Yeah, that you get to see a lot of people get help. If you had a superpower, what would you want your superpower to be?
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one. But if you were a superhero and you could have one superpower and it could help the homeless population, what would you want that superpower to be? Go ahead, Aubrey. You look like you got an answer.
Heal sicknesses.
Heal sicknesses? Yeah. Heal sicknesses, okay. So Chaz, you can't say same thing here. You gotta have your own answer. All right.
See, he put me on the spot whenever you said something.
So what would be your thing that you would do if you had a superpower that could help the homeless?
I'd just have a Bible in my hand at all time, and if they were homeless, I'd tell them where to go and tell them verses to help them out.
Well, the coolest thing is you don't have to have a superpower to do that. We can do that every day, right? Oh, is there secret information going on over here?
Food.
Yes, where you could just be able to give away food all the time. Now is your chance to fire questions at me.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
I wasn't ready for this.
What would be your superpower if you had?
If I had a superpower, I would want everybody to feel the peace I feel with Jesus. How I'm just constantly at peace because I know God's in control of things. I wish I had the superpower to help everybody feel that.
If you went up to a homeless person and they did not know who God was, how would you describe God in one word?
Oh, one word. Gosh.
This is what Aunt My Man did to me.
I was scared on that one.
I was scared on that one, too.
One word. Sovereign.
She said almighty.
That's very similar. All-knowing, almighty. Yeah.
Chaz, you got one?
You get a chance to interview me.
I don't know.
You have better questions.
Or do you have any question?
I wasn't ready for this. While I think about it, you ask us another question.
Want me to ask you another question? Okay.
Yeah, while we think about another question for you.
If people are homeless and they're here and they have nothing available to them, no resources at all, in your mind, what's the first thing they need to do?
Help them get a job.
A job? Okay. Why?
So then they can get back on their feet, get money, so then they can help themselves.
Yeah.
And get like houses and stuff.
So the first thing, you wouldn't worry about the house first. You would worry about a job first. Why? Because ultimately the job helps you maintain your house. All right. What about you, Chaz?
What she said, really.
What she said? Okay. All right. If you had a homeless person sitting right across from you, what would you tell them?
To come here to the Union Rescue Mission.
Well, let's say they're here at the Union Rescue Mission. What would you want them to know about life?
That they need to know Christ.
That they need to know Jesus? Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. They
That was
need to
you-
know God.
Yeah. What would you want them to feel? When
Happy.
You'd want them to feel happy? Why? You thought this was going to be easy?
Yes.
I'm not giving you easy questions. Tough questions.
I would like them to feel safe around me.
Like peace.
Yeah.
Safe? What about you, Chaz?
Peace.
Peace? If you had $1 million right now to help the homeless in Cumberland, Maryland, where would you send the money to? What would you do with it? How would you help?
Probably help you guys do the new mission.
Helping the mission. Why do you think that's the best use of the money?
Because you can help a lot of families because they can come to the mission to get help.
It's not just one time. For years to come, that gift keeps multiplying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every year you help people. For the next 60 or 70 years, you would get to help people with your money. So that's a good answer. You give your money to the mission to help with a new building. I like that idea. I think that's a good concept. If you're watching a video and you want to know what the best thing you could do with a donation is, it's send it to the mission, right? You guys got any questions yet? I've asked you like 4 or 5 to try to stall.
What would you do with $1 million?
What would I do with $1 million? That's a good question, Aubrey. A good question. I'm glad I came up with it.
Yeah.
I would probably do the same thing you did. Maybe I could set up a trust with the money, and so then annually the mission could benefit from it instead of just one time. But ultimately, yes, if I had $1 million to give away and I was trying to find a place to give, I think the Union Rescue Mission is the best place in town to give that money to. I'm a little biased, though. Give Chaz a chance. Uh-oh, she's throwing you under the bus, bro.
What are you going to do with the new Union Rescue Mission?
What am I going to do? Well, the new rescue mission is going to be pretty awesome because we're going to get to keep people longer. We're going to go from 8,000 square foot to 32,000 square foot. So that's a lot more room. And our goal is to operate a life recovery program there to where guys can come and stay for a long time and they can learn all the skills they need to be successful and never come back to homelessness again. If we help a person today and they get help and get all the skills they need to be able to be out on their own, and then they go have kids, then they can teach their kids. And when their kids learn it, they'll teach their kids. And generationally, we can help the Cumberland area because of what the new mission can provide. Good question.
So I know how you serve the Lord here with the homeless, but here and anywhere else in the world, where would you go to help spread the word of the Lord?
So if I couldn't be here, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The cool thing about working for the Lord is no matter where I'm at, I'm going to help people. I'm going to feed people. I'm going to make sure their needs are met. And I'm going to teach them about Jesus. So no matter where I'm at in the world, the ministry is the same. It's just a matter of where does God call me to be and where does he want me to do those things at? Right now, he has me in Cumberland. I don't know, maybe Africa or Guatemala or maybe another city in the United States I'd be willing to go to. I'm willing to go wherever the Lord wants me to go. Chaz, you got a question?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Aubrey, you got any more questions?
There's another one that you can move anywhere. If Maryland wasn't here, where would you try to build a new mission at?
If Maryland wasn't here, where would I think a good place for a mission would need to be? Every city in the United States right now is facing issues with homelessness. The reason why they're facing issues with homelessness is because the cost of living is going up and people's money is not rising to the level that they need. So I think anywhere where there's a mass of people is where homeless shelters are needed right now. The more people that are in a location, the more homeless people there are.
Can you ask us another couple questions?
Let me think. If there's somebody watching this that has never worked or met a homeless person before, what would you want them to know about the homeless people that you've met?
That they're really nice once you get to know them more.
They're really nice once you get to know them.
And they become like friends and family.
They become like your friends and family once you get to know them. So they're just human beings.
They might look like mean and dirty on the outside, but on the inside, they're just like me and you.
Right. They're no different. No matter what you think on the outside or what you see on the outside, inside there's still a human being who needs loved, cared for, and concern. So yeah, great answers, because that's the truth. It doesn't matter what you kind of see from the outside. Once you get to know these guys, they just become friends and family, just like anybody else would. Mm-hmm. And so don't be afraid. What do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, that's not even a hard one.
I know, but I want to be so many stinking things. I don't know what to pick.
Okay.
Because I want to work here, but I want to be a nurse. And I want to be a doctor, which a nurse and a doctor are kind of the same thing. I don't know.
I'm looking towards kind of being a missionary.
Kind of in the missionary field, helping people, serving people, teaching people about Jesus. And Aubrey's wanting to be in the medical field to help people and love people. All right. Any other questions for me?
What type of Bible would you have if you could pick one?
Oh, my favorite versions of Bibles.
Ooh.
What is my favorite version of Bible, Aubrey? Do you know?
New King James?
Nope.
No?
Wait, is it like J? Oh, no.
I have two that are kind of equal to me. I like the English Standard Version, the ESV, or what they call the NASB.
Oh.
Right? The New American Standard Bible.
I knew it started with an N. Okay.
What's your favorite book of the Bible?
Favorite book of the Bible is Romans.
I agree with you that.
And when you read the book of Romans, you can, if you actually study the book of Romans, you can actually understand the whole Bible by studying the book of Romans, because Paul gets so deep in so many different issues. So if you read it all the way through and you understand it all the way through, then you can learn a lot about the whole Bible from the book of Romans. Okay. What's your favorite book of the Bible, Aubrey?
Probably Romans.
Romans, okay. Chaz?
Roman.
Oh, you guys are just copying me.
No, I like.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, we are not copying you.
I like Romans.
Roman is
deep.
Roman is a really deep book, and it's really good.
Who's it written by?
Paul?
On point. Snap. She said she knew it right off the hand. All right. We'll take that. Who's it written to?
That's something that I don't know.
It's in the name.
Romans?
Yeah, you wrote it for the Romans.
Oh. That was such an easy question.
I know. Who do you think the main topic of the book was? Come on.
About the Romans?
No. The main
about
topic.
Jesus.
There.
Yeah.
Finally, we got there.
Isn't that what the whole book's about?
I thought it was a trick question.
The whole Bible is about Jesus, right? From Genesis all the way through the Old Testament. The Old Testament points to Jesus, and the New Testament reveals Jesus, right? You can pretty much say, if it's a Bible question, Jesus is probably the answer. Not always, but.
That's what I always say in school whenever it's one of those questions.
Jesus is always the answer. Just maybe not on your test.
I wish.
I wish it was that easy. I wish tests were that easy. Okay. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Teal.
Teal? All right.
What's
is that even
yours?
a color?
Yeah.
Teal's a color?
Red's my favorite color.
I knew that.
Well, yeah, you asked a question.
No,
was
you
me.
asked us.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Chicken chimichangas from Rio Grande.
Oh, what you gave Rio Grande a shout out. Rio Grande, you need to sponsor this ad. Give us an ad.
Totally.
Send us some money.
Yeah.
We mentioned you in our YouTube video, so Rio Grande, hook us up. All right, Aubrey.
Probably crab legs.
Oh. I don't know who you're going to get married to, but you better have some money because she
Rich
likes
guy.
crab legs and seafood. Pizza and wings are my favorite. I like pizza and wings.
But you gotta choose one.
What?
You gotta
Pizza
choose one.
or
They go
wings?
together.
They
No,
go together. Oh, so
no.
you put pizza on your wings, or do you put
The wings,
wings
on
your
the pizza. You gotta choose one, wings or pizza.
Pizza.
That's a good one. That's
It's
my
going to be a
second
sad life
favorite.
without wings, but pizza would have to win.
I don't care about wings because I don't like them.
But they're not bad.
You're not even American.
I'm just done with you.
You done with me? Okay.
I'm done with that.
All right. Any other questions before we cut?
Who's your favorite team member?
Who's my favorite team member? Like here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a loaded question. I'm married to one.
Yeah, that's what I was like. A simple answer.
Yeah, it has
It's
to be devoted. Yeah, we have to.
You either say your wife or she's gonna get really angry at you.
I have to say it right. It's the default answer is Andrea, my wife.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
You gotta have one. I've been.
I know, you're loaded with questions. I'm not a question guy. I'm a guy who just somebody asked me questions.
If you could change one thing about Maryland, what would it be?
One thing about Maryland.
No, wait. One thing about the United States. What would that
Oh,
One thing about the United States. Chaz want me to give a Trump shout right now. Say make America great again, but that's probably not my answer.
be? Okay.
That if I could make one thing happen in America, that the hearts of the people would repent and know that they've walked away from God. And whatever that caused in the ripple effect, I wouldn't be concerned about. Just that people would understand that God loves them and that we need to repent and turn to Him.
Aunt My Man gave me this question yesterday. What would one thing that you would take away from the entire world?
One thing, if I could remove something from the world, I would say disease.
yeah. That's like,
Disease and illness. I'd take that away.
We both said sin yesterday.
yeah,
That's a
but
good
like
one.
Jesus wouldn't come back then because
Yeah.
he had no reason to come back.
And then we had that.
That's
whole
deep,
thing.
y'all. It's pretty deep stuff. Yeah. So if there was no sin, there would be no need for Jesus. Sin's a good answer, though, if you had to take one thing away from the world, because sin was the fall
A man.
of man, and it causes illnesses, wickedness, disaster. So sin is a good answer because it covers a lot of things, actually. And the reason for all the crazy stuff that goes on in our world ultimately stems from,
Sin.
from who?
Satan.
From Satan, yeah. But where did sin all start?
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, yeah. Adam and Eve. You guys are quick. You guys are smart. Any other questions?
No.
All right.
More to you.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on whatever this episode was. And thanks to our special guests, Aubrey and Chaz.
You gotta say it.
And what are we saying?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless.